I was tagged by Fantasy Zero Coach to talk about my scariest experience of my life. Um, a lot of scary stuff has happened to me, so I'm going to talk about a few of them, and then I'm actually going to talk about the worst moment of my life instead of telling my scariest experience, because the worst moment of my life was really scary, but it's also like probably the strongest emotional reaction that I've ever had in my life. So anyway, I live in Kansas City, Missouri, and a lot of scary stuff has happened. So I'm going to tell you about one of them. A bat started living in my apartment. That's not the scary thing, but so it was flying around at 3 in the morning and driving me absolutely bonkers. So I decided to go get cigarettes, because I smoke on and off, which is a disgusting, nasty habit. Don't smoke. Anyway, I decided to go get cigarettes at 3 in the morning, and I live in a really crappy neighborhood, and I lived in an even worse neighborhood at the time that this happened. I lived right across from a Fast Stop, which most people refer to as Crack Stop. So anyway, I start walking around Kansas City, Missouri at 3 in the morning, which is dumb. I have never done that before and never did that since. Anyway, so I'm walking down the street and this guy across the street is walking, and, I'm getting a little nervous. We're the only people out there, I'm little and a girl, and I don't do horrible things and don't have mace, which I should have. Anyway, he says, "Hey," and I'm like, oh no, and he's like, "Hey girl," and I'm like, fuck. So he says, "Look, I'm not gonna cross the street, but I just wanted to let you know that you need to lift your head up because you look like a victim." And I was like, oh my fucking god. This means that he's walking down the street looking for victims. That's where my mind went with that. It's like, really? Don't tell me that I look like a victim at 3 in the morning. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I don't walk around at night. I don't care what's going on. So the worst moment of my life. This is a sad story. Anyway, I was working and I got a phone call from my now ex-boyfriend's mother, and she called me and left me a message saying, call me back as soon as you get this. So I go outside on my break and I call her back, and she says, "Charlie got shot 3 times last night." And I instantly was like, he's dead. That's it. Like, my world was shattered. I had been with him for a year and a half, and I loved him deeply, and I just knew that he was dead. And then I instantly started bawling, and she says, "But he's okay." Oh my god, really? You couldn't tell me he was okay first? Awful. Awful. So I was bawling and had to go tell my boss that my boyfriend got shot 3 times, and it was the first time I ever missed work. I had been working there for quite a while, and I had to leave in the middle of my shift because I was bawling, and I had to go to the hospital and see my boyfriend. I ended up spending a week there taking care of him, helping him with everything. He was okay, got shot through his lung and his hand and his side. He had like a tube hanging out of his body. Anyway, yeah, that was the worst moment ever. I couldn't even describe how that felt. Awful. So, that's my worst experience ever. I did not look in advance to see who I'm going to tag for this video, so I'm going to put tags over there. And yeah, you're all tagged, whoever I decide to tag. Anyway, that's my scariest experience ever. Horrible, horrible. When you think someone you love is dead. Wow.